did my nails. I haven't had a chance, as you can see the growth. I haven't had a chance to get back in, so that's this week.
Oh, it's amazing.
But I decided to...
I believe we're live. Hello.
Oh, beautiful. Hi.
Welcome to the Magenta Show. I'm having a look at our fabulous guest, Carolyn Dickinson. Welcome.
Thank you.
Her beautiful nails. She just turned 50. Congratulations.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah, 50's the new 40.
50's the new 40. And she had a black...
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'll pop it on there. She had
There we
this
go.
black and white theme and had these incredible these nails. It's really beautiful.
Pinterest is my new place to find eyeshadows, what to do with your eyes, what to do with your nails. I love it. I love it. I was Pinterest, people would talk about it, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what Pinterest is. And now it's like my new favorite tool to find things I'm looking for.
I love looking for art on Pinterest.
Ideas
as well.
for parties, kids.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely amazing. So welcome, my darlings. If this is the first time you've tuned into the Magenta Show, we want to give you a very, very warm welcome. We've got an incredible following of people who watch the show from all over the world, and they are so kind. But if you are new, please share the show. So if you like what you're hearing and you're enjoying the content that myself and the guest is having sometimes deep conversations around,
you never
and
know.
the color readings that happen at the end of the show, please share the show, because these days on Facebook the algorithms are weird, right?
Oh, they're terrible.
They're terrible.
If you don't understand them and don't know what to do, you really don't get seen anymore. You have to really understand.
You have to really work with it, and one of the things we know with this show because it's a Facebook based TV show, is people must share it, so it keeps popping up on news feeds, and comment and chat with us and have a conversation with us. So today, if you would like to ask us any questions, myself and my guest, Carolyn Dickinson, who is a success coach to executives and entrepreneurs, an upcoming author. I know you're already published in a book, but you've got your own book coming up. So we're going to have lots of conversations. And she's a mum of 2 beautiful little girls.
Yes.
And you've been in the business for 25 years, right?
I've been in and out of business, yeah. For this particular business, what I do, I've been doing for the last 5 years. But it was funny when we talked about it. I've been coaching since I was 19 years old. Just never
knew it, yeah. And of course, you studied psychology.
Yes, I studied psychology,
mediation,
social work,
mediation.
Yeah.
So you can see we just have an incredible guest here today. So we're going to have a wonderful conversation. Please join in, ask us questions, and share. So let's just see who's joined us so we can see the screen here. Aurelia, oh my darling, always from Denmark, she tunes in. She's an artist who works with color. She's incredible.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's our Shannon, darling, I love you. Thank you so much. Joanne, good morning, my angel. Dwayne Richards has joined us. I think you know Dwayne.
I know Dwayne very well.
There we go.
Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you, Joanne.
Oh, that's fabulous. Sarah's just joined us. I love my angel. So I before we carry on with the show, I do have to say something about, we had a very big event this weekend.
Yes, please. And you have some exciting news to share.
Well, can't make it quite official yet, but some amazing things happened this weekend. Raymond Harlal had the Power of Collaboration event where he invited myself to be a speaker, and it's my first public speaking event on a professional stage in Canada. And when he came and he was a guest on the show, he loved the simplicity of this new technology to broadcast. And he said, well, could we film his event? So my production team, Michael and Shannon, went and filmed this live event, this 2-day event, and did an extraordinary job. So I first of all want to say thank you to Raymond. I want to say thank you to Michael and Shannon. You were absolutely phenomenal. And you will see what he actually did when the particular video where I did my talk. I got a standing ovation.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
It didn't register. I sat this morning and I was having my cup of coffee, and I was doing a post to promote you on the show this morning, and something in the back of my head said, Moira, they stood up. So when Michael came downstairs for his coffee, I said, Michael, did I get a standing ovation? He goes, yes, Mom, you did. I said, really? He said, yes, Bob, you did. and I only got it this morning.
Because when you're speaking, I've learned that too. We're so in the mode of wanting to give value to people that we sometimes miss stuff. I literally have people that are in the audience watching what I do so they can give me feedback afterwards. Because I'm so in the moment with the audience when I'm speaking that I miss stuff.
Oh, I did.
Right?
I totally missed it. So I want to say thank you. And I say thank you to, we've got incredible fans of the show and people who've studied with me who came and supported us. And I want to say thank you. I appreciated each one of you being there. It was just amazing. It's great to have a team.
It is. It's so important. You need them, whether you're just starting out or not. And I talk a lot about team with people too, because a lot of people think when they're first starting out, they need to have a big team or they can't afford it. And sometimes your team is contractors that you bring in per project. It doesn't have to be full-time. And then you just incorporate that price into the cost so that you get the support, get it done faster, get it done better, and really show people that you have the capability.
But then you also super focused on exactly what you do best, and you're not sidetracked. Because I remember in the first few years as an entrepreneur, I was doing everything.
Yes.
And when Michael joined the business, it's been so much easier. I don't have to worry about the accounts. It just happens.
Right.
He just says, I've sent the accounts off to HST and tax, and everything's gone off to the accountant. And I'm going, oh, great. I don't have to check the spreadsheets. It just happens.
Right.
And that's taken a huge pressure off me to think about crunching numbers, which I can do it, but I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
I would rather be thinking about creating, doing marketing and creating content and thinking about creating programs. Picture. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. And a lot of people, like, you've got to understand what your superpower, what I call your superpower.
Yeah.
And you need to understand what you're best at and focus on that, and then get other people to do the stuff that you can do, but is not a good use of your time. And probably weighs you down and makes you feel exhausted because you really honestly
without even
be
knowing
that.
You just think you have to do it because you're an entrepreneur. You have to do all these things.
But there's a lot of ways to really find the right people to work with you. There's accountants and bookkeepers that you can pay a small amount per month and send your stuff in every month and keep it going and really keep track of stuff.
And you can even have volunteers. You know, I have found this. The volunteers are happy to help you in the business. So what's your superpower, Carolyn?
Actually, my superpower was said to me by one of my clients, and she said, one of the things I love about you, and it's very true, is you hear what I don't say.
You hear, I love this. You hear what I don't say.
Yeah.
That's your superpower. Hashtag Carolyn's superpower. I love it.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is I don't just listen to the words that you're saying to me. I watch your body language. I listen to your tone, your eyes, how you're feeling about things. So it's the overall individual that I look at, not just the words. And it's also the words you're not saying, but I can see the expression in your body.
Yes.
So when I hear things, I'll say, well, it sounds like you're kind of feeling like this. And I'll put it into different words, and they'll be like, oh my God, that's it. I've never had anybody put it in words for me.
Oh, wow.
So the way I work is really, truly what I call active listening. But active listening isn't just about the words. It's everything.
It's everything.
The tone, the body language, the facial expressions, your eyes don't lie.
Oh, completely.
I'm sorry, whatever you're feeling inside.
The windows to the soul,
It
right?
is. But whatever you're... See, the thing is, people don't realize is whatever's in your head, whatever you're thinking, comes out. And I don't care how powerful you think you are, unless the only person I've ever said this to is like someone who studied to be a SEAL. Because those people are incredible. And they're trained, so you can't sense them. But anyone else, other than that, honestly... If you're thinking or feeling something, it will come out in the words you use, the tone of your voice, your body language, how you sit, your eyes, how you look, where you look. It all comes out in some way or another. Yeah. So when people say, well, I didn't get the sale or it didn't work out, you need to think about what was I actually thinking about during that conversation.
Because they were picking it up.
100%. And most people don't know they're picking it up. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Now, in my fluffy spiritual world, we call that intuition.
Yes. And I use that as well. I have to admit, I use that as well. A lot of intuition and experience and really and going beyond just what's there. Because usually your gut is right.
Let's have a look. Laura Betts has joined us. Sarah, I was there in spirit. Thank you, Sarah. We really missed you. I would have loved you to have seen... Because Sarah DeVries is the young lady I was speaking to you about this morning that got the Magenta show going. And
that's right.
I was
Yay, Sarah!
I was hoping she would have been there because it was such a big event. Jackie's joined us from England. Hello, Jackie. Hello, great show. Thank you, Jackie. And huge congratulations on Emma, your daughter's graduation. I saw the photos on Facebook. You're both so beautiful. Nick Nanedic has joined. Oh, hello, Nick. Nice of you to join us. Cheryl Lynn was actually at the event as well.
Oh, good.
And she's saying good morning. And Edith Gabidum. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. So welcome. So my darlings, if it is your first time you've joined and you're not sure how this works, you'll see here that we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3 on our little shelf. And I want you to pop into the comments box. Are you drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3. And at the end of our show, Carolyn, myself, and producer Michael, we've actually picked a card, and we will reveal a color message and a kind of color intuition. I saw somebody at the event called them, are these intuitive cards? When she looked at them, and I thought, yeah, actually they are. So they're little intuitive color cards to give you some color guidance for the week. So remember, pop into the boxes, number 1, number 2, or number 3. I see our Benjamin Stone has just joined us. Hello, Benjamin. He's been on my shows. He's fantastic.
Wonderful.
Lovely that you joined us, Benjamin. Pick in if you're drawn to number 1, 2, or 3 in the comments box, okay? And guys, share, and help other people join the conversation this morning. That'd be amazing. Dwayne, 2.
Dwayne's already picked 2.
Yeah, he's so proactive.
Right?
He's amazing. He just
Good
does,
choice, Dwayne.
He just does things. Guess who's number 2? And Mandana's joined us. Mandana also just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Mandana came. She was at the event, and they gave her a lovely cake and some singing. And Mandana says hello. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed my talk yesterday, Mandana. I was really hoping you would hear it, because I missed you not being in the audience to hear it. But we'll see the recording soon. Michael will post it live. Okay, let's have a look. I want to ask you something else. You showed me some photos this morning. You've got 2 beautiful daughters, I have to say. And I'm hoping we've got a photo that we can flash up. Michael's going, yes. You've got 2 beautiful, beautiful girls. And one of the things I know, because I'm a mom in business and my son has joined me in business, what is it like for you being your own boss, and how is this, what is this doing for your children? What are they learning from watching mom being a leader in her field and having this amazing superpower?
Yeah, right. They don't like it so much because I can tell when they're not telling the truth.
Oh, sorry,
all
girls.
the time. I think the thing for me and why I started a lot of this was being in corporate. I started to realize that it's very controlling.
Yeah.
And I wanted some freedom when I had kids. I was very blessed. My mom was home with me when I was home. She had a job too, but she had a lot of flexibility with her boss to take care of me. In the summer, she was home with me. And I wanted to be able to do that for the most part with my girls and be as present as possible, because I know some people can't, and I respect that. I was able to make that choice and create that. And so what it does is they start to realize mom's around more. That was most important for me. And so we've had some challenges, so it's good that I was around. The other side of that too was I didn't want to miss out on them growing up, right? I didn't want to miss out on being
because they're fast. It's like
boom, right?
Yeah.
And so I got involved in their school stuff like 24/7. I was involved in their programs. I was CSAC chair, which is a parent council, for like 4 or 5 years. Helped raise money for their school for them to do activities. I made sure that I would help create an impact wherever they were. So to me that was really important. But it's funny, you don't realize your kids are listening. Right? So a quick little story. I was sitting with a girlfriend of mine and we were chatting about business at my dining table, and my girls were very young. My youngest was, I think, 3, which made my eldest 6 at the time. And we were talking about business and where I was going and the process, and because I'd created my vision, my plan, and so we were chatting about it. And they were playing, and all of a sudden my eldest daughter pipes up and says, well, I want 50% of your business. And I said, okay. She goes, no, Mom, I want to take over your business. And I said, okay. This is 6, right? And then my youngest one pipes up and goes, well, I want 50% of that too. And I said, well, Avalon, what does 50% mean to you? She goes, I want the other half. I'm like, all right, she knows what she's talking about. So, and what I loved about that, and I actually use that in examples, is kids, you see, they don't think about what I can't do, how much it's going to cost.
Yes.
Can I do it with my family?
Yes.
They're just like, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And so what I tell people is you got to think like a kid. It doesn't mean you ignore all that other stuff in your life and your family and situations and circumstances and thought process, but sometimes just going for it. It's like you said upstairs. You gave a perfect example when people said Sarah came to you and said, let me videotape you, and you went, okay. Right? It's just
by the way, when Sarah de Felice said to me, would you host or be my first TV host on her TV channel at that time? Because I say yes, it's a philosophy I have. Say yes to new things
and figure it out
later, right? So I've always done it. So I said yes. In the back of my head, I'm going, oh my God, I'm built for radio, not TV. And I was like, it'll happen. And then I could have gone into that and gone, how do I talk my way out of this?
But instead you just said, let's figure it out.
I just said, I'll figure it out as we go along.
And that's the most important thing that I teach my girls. There's always a solution. We don't always see it at the moment when something happens. But if you can take a step back, take a deep breath, release the attachment or energy to anything, you can figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, it's that because when you have that thought, you attach to it because you're then projecting an outcome that hasn't happened yet.
Right. So we listen with our past, with our past circumstances, with our shoulds, with what we were taught by our parents, our culture. Yes. And so we're not always open listeners. We're listening with all the stuff in our past life and in situations that we've been taught. It's nothing bad, but it does hold you back.
It does hold
us back. And so I work at teaching my girls to look at possibility in different ways. And when problems come up, we talk about them. My eldest daughter loves At the End of the Night. So it's really changed how they think. And because I also support a lot of charities, they've gotten involved. They actually ask about giving their own money to donate, and we talk about how much that looks like. And so they actually
you're very active with some charities.
I am.
Would you like to?
Sure, I'd be happy to give them all a shout out.
Great to have a charity. It's great influence. It's good for your business, and it's good that you can give back in a way. But it's really good for the family as well. Right?
It is, and two of the main ones I work with is Engage and Change. Jody Steinhardt owns that one and or founded it. And it really is about helping the homeless and giving a different perspective and teaching people that a lot of people have a negative impression about who homeless are and that it's a choice. It's not always a choice.
Not always.
No. And I'm going to say it's never a choice who goes out of their way to say, I want to be homeless. And a lot of people say, well, there's out there things that can help you. Yes, but not as much as people think. And so what she does is she's created Engage and Change, and that's Project Water and Project Winter. So in summertime, it is the dehydration that is the biggest challenge. So this is a great way to talk about impact. We can't always give money, but I give time. I give time, money, and referrals. So if you know somebody you can connect them with that would help donate something or do whatever, all those little things count to giving back. It doesn't have to be, the only way I can give back is with money or lots of money. No, it can be little amounts. It can be helping with, your time.
It's time. Giving some of your time.
Giving some of your time away. People need volunteers like crazy. Yeah. They really do. And so when you can do that, that's sometimes even more important than money, to be honest with you, because it's such a challenge to find volunteers. And then she does Project Winter, which is survival kits. So sleeping bags, hats, and stuff in the winter to keep them warm, because the biggest challenge in the winter time is people dying from freezing.
We have
shelters, but
Canadian
there's not always the
winters
room.
Are cold,
and there's not always the room in the shelters. The other charity that is also very close to my heart, the founder is a very good friend of mine. And all the charities I support also, I know where the money goes. That's very important to me. And so $1 Million Smiles is very close and dear to my heart.
$1 Million Smiles. We're very familiar with $1 Million Smiles.
So the founder is one of my closest friends. Yeah. And we've helped with builds. So she raises money to build large playgrounds in children's backyards that can't go to a regular playground due to an illness they have or physical ability that limits them from
contact with other children
or even getting hurt. So then we build them in their backyards and stuff so they can actually have some level of normality in their life while going through some very serious conditions.
Wayne Moulin, we'll just give a shout out to Wayne Moulin of Echo Movement. He's been involved with that. He's been a volunteer. He takes up a leadership role in a build and gathers volunteers to go and build these amazing wooden and beautiful playgrounds.
They're huge. They're huge. They're $3,000. So they're beautiful.
Well, this is such a glorious example you're setting. So if anybody is involved in any charities and you know how it makes you feel and influence your children, please comment and drop off some comments. Let's just see who has been commenting. Gillian, hello Gillian, you've joined. We mentioned you a little earlier. We were talking about last week's guest. That was so fabulous. Jeanette from Spain, hello my darling. Definitely giving to the homeless. My sister has had this experience, and charity starts at home and family.
100%.
Wow, yeah, that definitely is a thing. And Jackie's commenting you on your color of your outfit.
Oh, thank you.
It's
my
stunning.
favorite color.
And I had a little bit of pink on too. We did this whole
and
little
both white
color
pants,
and
right?
white pants.
So we got pants there.
color coordination.
It was totally by accident, I swear.
It wasn't planned. It just happened. Yeah.
Right.
So you call yourself a success coach. So when You've got all the filters in place now. I mean, you do really have a superpower. When you meet an entrepreneur, when you meet somebody and they say can they work with you, or would you mentor them and coach them in some way, do you have an immediate connection that knows they're going to make it or not? That they have that X factor, they have that tenacity or whatever it is that they need to be successful. Can you pick it up?
So what I do is I do a discovery session with people. So that gives me 30 minutes to kind of chat with them, ask them questions, see how they answer, where they're at. So what I've learned is to be able to tell, are they coachable?
Oh, that's interesting.
Because by the questions I ask, how they feel about answering, what they answer, I can usually tell very quickly now.
Because resistance is huge.
I'm okay with resistance. Okay. I can work with resistance. Yeah. We all have it.
Yeah.
I have a full-time coach and I'm resistant sometimes. Okay, we all have resistance.
That's not the problem. So what do you mean by coachable if it's not resistance?
They're not listening. No matter what I say to them, there's an argument. I did it this way, it didn't work. Okay, I get that. But are you open to now moving forward? I'm going to ask what you did and what didn't work. But are you open to moving forward? Because if you're not open to moving forward, there's nothing I can do or say.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. With all the talents and skills I have and all the knowledge I have, it's irrelevant. Yeah. So it's really feeling them out. So there's certain courses you can buy online and I'll work with you because they're short. My longer term courses, we have to do an interview and we both have to decide if it's a match. But if I feel to work with you for a year that you're completely uncoachable, I'm going to refer you to someone else, or I'm going to refer you to our online program that's launching in 2 weeks. So it really is important for me to find someone. Listen, we all have resistancies. We all have challenges. That's why I don't do too many short programs, because it takes time for people to really open up and to trust. It takes time for them to actually do what they're being asked to do. And then when they do it and see the results, they're like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have to work through some of the obstacles they've created for themselves, break them down, open them up, and show them a better way to do it that will actually get them the success they're looking for. Yeah. Somebody said to me, when did you start working on mindset? I said, the moment I started talking to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving you different perspective at looking at something. And if you balk that, then I know you're not coachable. Yeah. If you're open to that and you go, oh, interesting, I never thought about it that way, or I tried that. I said, okay, how did you do it? They tell me and I'll go, have you tried it this way? And they're like, no. I go, would you be willing to try it this way? Yes. Now that tells me you're willing to take on stuff. Listen, not everything's going to work for everybody. Yeah. I'm usually pretty good and dead on, usually. However, sometimes we got to tweak things. Yeah. So I tell people, it's not about trying something and then going, well, it didn't work, but not trying it full out. So I use this example. Would you go to a store and try on one leg of a pair of pants and one leg of a jacket and say it fits?
Never.
Right. So what I tell people is when you try something on that I suggest, you have to do it like a suit, because you would put the pants on, you would put your shoes on, whatever belt you're going to wear, the top, the jacket, if you had a necklace, and you're going to look in the mirror and go, does this suit me? Yeah. I want you to take on anything I ask you like that.
Yes.
Because if you're only going to try half of it on and then say it doesn't work, then you haven't fully played. You haven't played full out with me.
There's no commitment,
right?
There,
Like even in my contract, it says, "Are you willing to play full out and do what is suggested to you?"
Wow.
So I do it in the contract.
She really is a super coach,
right? And then when I'm talking to every end of every session, I'm like, okay, so where are you at with this? Yeah. And I give them homework, and I make sure to review the homework. Did you write it down, or did whatever? Are you good with this? And we give it a deadline. Right? Wow. And so sometimes we miss deadlines, but I said, and this is a good lesson, I don't tell them at the beginning, you need to recommit. Yeah. So what happens is either they'll just recommit or they'll hold off and they'll avoid and then we'll talk, and then I'll say, so what happened? Oh, I didn't want to tell you. I said, here's the deal from moving forward from now, because I want to see what they're going to do. I can't tell them everything. If they don't actually go through the process and see the results of their actions, then me just telling them what they're going to be, they're not going to experience it, learn, and really gain value from it.
I totally get this. Jackie Tweedy, that's been joining us on the show. She's a coach in England, and she's a clarity coach, and we've actually had loads of these conversations about how do you inspire a client but so really, if they are coachable and you're in the process and they are committing, but they hit that brick wall, they hit something that is out of the norm, that for some reason they can't have a breakthrough with you, it's not always about the business, and it's not always about the money. So sometimes you do hit that, and they can then, lose focus and just try on the pants one leg or one arm. So what do you do in that case?
So there's two parts to that one. That was a beautiful question. When I start with anybody, we start with their vision. Whether you have one or not, or you don't, or you're just starting, or you have one and we need to improve upon it, I still need to know it to be able to coach you. I need to know where you want to go to support you.
So you start with the end in mind.
Yes. Where do you feel like you want to go? Some people don't have them. Some people have them and think they're very strong. Majority of times I work with people, they're not strong enough. Oh. So part of what helps them not hit those roadblocks is having a powerful vision and a plan that takes you there. And then I support them in making everything happen stage by stage. The other part of it is I work with the whole person. Because the reality is even though I'm focused on business with you, if something pops up in life, like a challenge with a spouse or an issue with a child or someone gets sick, it can take us out of the game. And I know because I had a lot of things in my life in a very short period of time that took me out of the game on a regular basis. And I felt like I was starting over again every time. Wow. And it's one of the most depleting feelings you can have. And feeling like, well, maybe I just never meant to do this. No, I didn't have the right systems in place. I didn't have the right support in place. I didn't have the things I needed at the time when those challenges arose to support me in continuing with my business and still handling that. Yeah. So what I do is I teach my clients how to do that. In scheduling their time, in dealing with the situation, we coach around that. And then we also talk about, okay, even though you're dealing with this, what is one thing we can do to move your business forward this week? And so we look at something that is manageable in this circumstance.
But that's also so empowering, because while they feel at home, their home life, they don't have power to do anything right now, they can take their power by making something positive happen in the business.
Right.
And that in turn empowers them, so when they start dealing with a personal crisis, they're stronger.
Absolutely. And the other thing too, it's talking to them about how they could possibly look at the situation differently. Yes. So this is where the mindset comes in around, right? So there's mindset continually through all of the coaching I do. So, it depends on the day. If they're really heated and emotional, we talk about things to just step away from everything and get themselves in a place where they can relax and calm down and release some of it. And we'll talk about whether it's meditation, whether it's exercise, whether it's just going out for the afternoon and taking the afternoon off and releasing whatever it is that works for the individual.
That works for them,
And then we talk about what's the next step tomorrow morning, right? Yeah. And so this is what I want you to do. And then with the clients that work long term with me, I have what they call emergency calls. So if they're still stuck that morning, that's when they call me right away. Or they text me and we get on the phone and we deal with it instead of hanging on to it for a week or two.
Then it starts blowing up when the longer you hang on to it. You really are an amazing coach, and the system you've put in place just is awesome. Isn't she just super? You've got to give her lots of pink hearts, because this is just I'm so happy to be doing a show like this and to meet people like you. And I know you and I've met through the H.U.B Inc.
Yes.
And we've been chatting, and we give a shout out to Mary as well.
Yes, Mary Masudi from H.U.B Inc. Amazing. She's an incredible lady, incredible group of women she's created and pulled together, and create some amazing events for networking, getting to know people, finding the right people that you're looking for, and her business accelerators that each of the chapters do. And they have leaders in every single one of them. Lots to learn.
I'm with Oakville, and Pat Hurt is our chapter.
Yes.
I've missed my last 2 months meetings, because I've been running a program on Wednesdays.
That's right. So I spoke there on leadership, on communication.
I'm so sorry, I've missed it. I wanted to come.
That's okay. Well, I missed your event too this weekend because I was away in Muskoka. So
you were up north. Isn't it beautiful up there? Anybody that doesn't know Canada, please know that it is genuinely as beautiful as some of the pictures out there make it. When you just go up to Muskoka, we always take our visitors who come and visit us up there. It truly is.
It's beautiful. The water's clear. It's a very different world. And also it's funny because I find people are different. Courtesy is different with the locals and stuff.
The energy, it's different. It's the energy of the lakes and the forests is just so beautiful.
I just go like this energy-wise. It's just a calming effect for me. So I love the beach and water and being up with the trees and stuff. And my girls love it too. They love to explore. Right?
They sound very...
We're going on an adventure. That's what they talk about, adventures, right?
I just want to see if there's any questions for us here. Michael, are there any questions? Oh, you're just getting lots of beautiful comments. Jackie said it's super empowering to hear you too. This is so relevant for me at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, Jackie is the clarity coach. That is amazing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And Joanne is giving you lots of pink hearts. So is Jeanette.
Thank you.
And Catherine Jujak, she says number 3. She's choosing number 3. All right. So please remember, you still got time to pop in 1, 2, or 3, which when you're drawn to this week. So I'd like to offer you a little color conversation, color guidance, advice, whatever you call it. Is there anything you would like some help with that color could come in and help you?
Actually, can I have 2 little things?
You can ask anything.
Okay. So I have 2 of them. As we talked about, I'm launching new programs and a new book and stuff. So love to find out what colors I should go with. The second question is, my beautiful eldest daughter has some challenges with had some challenges in bullying, and she's doing much better. But just if there's anything that comes up around that I could even do more to support her continuously, in just shining in who she is, because she's got such a beautiful soul and heart. And trust has become a little bit of an issue since then, but she's working towards it. She's doing well. But is there anything else I can do to elevate her more or support her more in her journey on this?
And please let us know if you've got this experience with your children or your grandchildren with bullying going on at school, because it's a very common thing. You know, it's
way more common than we realize, and that I want to admit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And actually, I had this conversation with Shannon Fraser last night when we were coming home from our event. We were speaking about how we noticed at the event there was some children that came with their parents to the event, and that's becoming more and more in the entrepreneurial world. It's just children accompanying parents to adult business events, and we noticed that these children are very different. They're not like, you know, they don't fit into the norm of what the school system
they don't,
you know, mirrors to them. And what was so extraordinary is Dr. Stacey Cooper. She was actually a guest on the show as well,
right?
And she's one of our top viewers to get viewers for her episode. And her son Jake was there, and he's 16 years old. And he, in the beginning of the event, Jake was quite quiet and just sat and watched everything. And the next thing, one of the speakers offered a book program. Would you like to write a book? He was out of his chair and he was up front and he went, I'm going to write a book. And that is what you need to tell your daughter. She's
actually starting one. Both of them are.
Write a book. Write a book.
I don't know if it's going to be about, she doesn't want to write about bullying. I've asked her, but she wants to write about other stuff. So
anything. She can write about anything, because a book is that self-expression. So the thing is, these children who have these special talents, have these special creative abilities, they don't think like the masses. They have a different level of consciousness. You really get this, my darlings. They have a different level of consciousness. They cannot be like the other kids. The other kids feel there's somebody who's different to them. And of course, you know, you ostracize people that are not like your tribe. So there's something that we as parents and as leaders in the community, we have an obligation to tell these children that they are perfect as they are.
100%.
They are perfect as they are. And to really begin to look through their filter, that filter of uniqueness that they have at the rest of the kids, and just understand that they just don't know. They don't have those special gifts activated in them at this time. That at a very young age, your daughter, and it's the case with Jake, Dr. Stacey's son, they have an ability that's been awakened to them in a much younger age. I mean, I didn't feel like writing till I was almost 50. But here's Jake, who's 16, who wants to write a book. So find out, what is this unique thing that your daughter can do? What is this unique creative ability that she has? Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, and then, of course, we have color therapy. So I would like to introduce you to this concept. I know you, the whole color therapy is a little new to you right now, but we actually have a bottle that is used, and I have a case study in my book, 8 Colors of Prosperity. And I can't remember exactly what page it's on, but this is about a young boy that came to me. He was being bullied at school. And it is under the Coral chapter 33. So that was, give me a minute while I do this, because this is kind of, I didn't know what questions the guest was going to ask me about color. And let's have a look here. case study of the school prefect. It's on page 47. For those of you who have my book, 8 Colors of Prosperity, if you know anybody that has got a child that there is some bullying going on at school, you might want to get them to look at page 47 of my book. So in page 47 here, I speak about a young boy who came to me, and the parents brought him in, and he was kind of in the background, not making his presence felt, and they were telling me that he was being bullied at school, and he had that whole stooped victim mode energy, that that he didn't have his power. And I asked him to pick a bottle, and of course the first bottle he picked was the Coral Angel. It's called Angel. We got angels, dragons, elementals, and color bottles and color mirrors. So let me see if I can find one for you here. There we go. So he picked this coral bottle. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, before he went to school, every morning he needs to spray this around his energy field and put this color in his energy field. And he went away seemingly happy with the whole process. And it was several months later, I was at an event, and I saw the family come back to me, but I recognized them, but I didn't recognize them.
It was different energy.
Well, the mom and dad used to be in a wheelchair, and they came in walking with sticks, so they'd had a shift. Mm-hmm. So this is the magic of color, right? Because it's not just going to affect a person; it's going to affect the entire community that they're involved with, or the entire family that's with them. So somehow, mom and dad had found a bit more power. And the little girl, the sister that had previously, I recognized her, but I didn't see the young man. And then I had a double take because there was this tall, beautiful, handsome young man that was with them. And I thought there must have been a third brother. Yeah, and it was him. It was this young man. He'd had this miraculous overnight shift where he just found his voice, he found his power. He became a school prefect. He started doing sports at school, and he created a peer group that he could relate to.
That's beautiful.
And this coral energy helps. So coral is a fabulous color. It's a mixture of pink and yellow. Mm-hmm. It's a lovely color to introduce your daughter to have her wear those colors. And I know sometimes the schools, if they have uniforms, they can't wear the colors, but have a little vest underneath, or something where that little color is on her, and have her spray herself with it before she goes to school. Mm-hmm. Make sure her pencil cases may be in the colors of coral. So introduce that color to her, and it will strengthen her confidence, and it will boost the and I don't want to call it a protective barrier, but it will change that energy that says, I'm unique, I'm special, and actually, you know what, I just want to be friends. It just changes the energy of where they attract situations where they're bullied. It shifts it in a way.
She's very communicative. She's actually found her voice. She's in a new school. Mm-hmm. But she still attracts drama. Mm. Right, so we're working on that.
But she's coral.
She's very much out there talking to people. She has friends. It's not a lack of friends. It's the circumstances that arise that she also now doesn't deal with well because of trust. So that sounds amazing. Yeah, she's very much into sprays and stuff.
Because the trust, she'd love that. Because the trust, the complementary color to that, of course, is turquoise.
The funny thing is, she bought a fragrance to spray on you, and it's this color.
Yeah, no, she will be drawn to it, and the turquoise is a complementary color, which is about speaking, communicating, and trust.
That's her favorite color.
Yeah. So all those colors is what she relates to now. So they'd be really good for her. So those color sprays, those color energies would really work. Awesome. So I'm hoping that the information is useful for our audience out there who have children who've got issues at school of being bullied and trusting.
Oh, look, they're all there's a bunch of people recommending coral.
There we go. Yeah. Jeanette, I've had this with bullying, and coral is brilliant to use the Coral Angel. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, and Jeanette says it's the best part of your book. Loved it. Oh, that's lovely, awesome. Jeanette. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's have a look at your book.
My book and my colors.
So tell me a bit about the book. What is? Do you have a title for it? Do you know what you not yet? Do you know what you want to? The message you're going to convey with this book?
The message is really going to connect with Big Vision, Big Success, which is
Big Vision, Big Success,
which is really talking about the importance of digging deep, letting go of all the stuff, and putting aside everything else that's going on in your life, and choosing what you truly want to accomplish. Because we always worry about the how. Yeah. The how will come. When you understand what you want and you create a plan for it, the how will come. Every time it does. I promise. So it's really going to be about making sure your vision is big enough. People call it your why. They have so many different names for it.
But
I
it's
use the
your
word
vision. Yeah, it's what you
But
want
it's
to
really,
achieve,
it's like, you know, if I were to be 5 years down the road and I looked at you and said, I did it. I did it, Moira.
Yeah.
What is it that you did?
Yes.
What did you accomplish?
I published a book. I made my first million.
Exactly.
I bought my family a home. Whatever it is, the goal is. Success is different things to different people.
It does.
Right? Yeah.
And I've had people, when we do this whole process, have a 3-year vision and accomplish it in 15 months.
Wow.
Right?
Because that's super focused. You know exactly where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is going to be an amazing book. All right.
Yeah.
So I want you to just look at the wall of bottles and just in your heart hold the image or the feeling of your book. When the publisher comes to you and gives you your first proof copy and that feeling you're going to have. All right. What do you feel is going to be on that cover? So let your body pick a couple of colors. So maybe pick 1 or 2 bottles. It really feels what you're drawn to.
Now you said a couple. We had this
1
conversation
2,
before
1
I
or 2.
started, right?
Start with 1. And we'll work our way up.
There might be lots. So there's a couple things that so that bottle over there, the purple and pink.
Okay, we'll move your daughter's bottles to the side here.
It's funny because the colors that I'm being drawn to are actually on my website right now.
Okay.
It's like, yeah.
Very soft feminine. Can you see this, guys, watching the show? It's very soft feminine colors, isn't it? We've got C12, we've got C15. This is C12, which is pale pink and pale lilac. This is C15, which is clear with lilac at the bottom. Water elemental, and Gabriel, which is a blue lilac energy. So, do you have any idea of the symbolism that you want on the cover?
No.
Not. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few, just talk the color, talk the language of color, and then see what pops up, all right?
All right.
So Gabriel is actually important. Gabriel is the messenger from God who went and told Mary that she's going to have a baby, and she went, I'm not married, that's a problem. So it's an inconvenient truth, an inconvenient message. So Gabriel is seen as this energy that opens doorways and perspectives for people, like exactly what you said about what you get them to think beyond the situation where they're at, to look at things from a different perspective, and then, you know, to try the pants on full, right? Put both legs in the pants when you try it on. So Gabriel has that energy. It's an announcer, it's a messenger, and it says that, you know, when you open this book, this is the energy that feels like it's going to be part of you. When you open this book, it's going to make you think differently.
Yeah.
It's going to change your mindset. So just by reading the book, something's going to shift. So you're like this Gabriel messenger. All right, so I'm casting on the role of archangel now, guys.
I know, I love it, because that's exactly what we're all about, is shifting the mindset of people so that they can be empowered and have the success that they actually really want and deserve.
Yes,
and a lot of people don't realize they deserve it.
They don't. Yes, I agree. And the blue lilac is about speaking your intuition and speaking your vision and making it real. And the water elemental that's next to it is emotional healing. So people will understand that when they read this book, they're going to get not just business advice and how to be in the flow of business and to start trusting their instincts with business, start trusting partnerships or things that they, contracts, whatever they want to get involved with the business. But this is also about, they're going to get some emotional upliftment in this book. And it's really, that's a psychologist color, that the whole turquoise
That's
color.
incredible, actually,
So
because that's exactly what this is all going to be about. So I'm like, okay, but I didn't even tell you.
No, I didn't know. It's the first time we've had this conversation. So the C15 talks about you and your higher self working in collaboration, you and your soul working in collaboration. I've said collaboration so many times because we did the power of collaboration this weekend, but you and your soul collaborating to make this book happen. So there's going to be times you're just going to sit down and it's going to literally, like, the inspiration is just going to drop, and you know that that's your soul speaking, wanting to work with you to create this book.
Right.
So this book is not just a book for business, it's going to enrich people at a soul level as well. So there's a soulful connection here, which is important, because that's what people want.
It's very important for what I do, because it's not just about business. And your life and your business are so intertwined. I don't, there's a lot of philosophies out there that you have to work 7 days a week, 24/7. I disagree with all of it. I've known people who've had more success by actually organizing their time better, because we waste a lot of time doing things we shouldn't be doing and thinking it's important. So it's also shifting that mindset, focusing, scheduling, everything. We work on every aspect of every strategy, systems that you need to put in place to really have the success. And listen, I had so many challenges, so I learned all the good ones.
But the thing is, where the soul comes into this, Carolyn, is the soul says your gift on this planet is time.
Yes.
So do you want to spend time at Muskoka, or do you want to spend time doing work 24/7?
No.
Exactly.
And I teach people how to take that time.
Yeah, and that has to be a chapter. That has to be a chapter in your book.
How to really
focus on, because time is the soul's gift to us. It's God's gift to us on the planet. We have a period of time on the planet. What do we do with it every day?
And re-energizing yourself.
Yes.
So that you can keep giving.
Take time
it's a service, whether it's a product, it doesn't matter. Part of you is always given in anything you do or any business you create. And if you don't rejuvenate that well and create your soul to where it needs to be, it's really hard to have the success you're looking for.
That's right. And please put hearts. Give us more hearts here, guys, because really, and look
purple
at
hearts.
Jeanette, purple hearts.
I got purple hearts.
I love it. She's
Thank you.
Purple hearts. So here we go. C12 is the heart chakra bottle. So it's a bottle that we actually put on the heart, and we help to open up our heart, to serve from the heart. And this is one so first of all, for me, this says your book is going to connect to people heart to heart, and it's connect them to you heart to heart. Beautiful. It's going to open up heart conversations, and of course looking at the feeling and that whole intuition that's going to come in. This is important because people in business now want to connect with coaches and leaders who can feel them, not just see them, but who can feel them. It's no use saying I see you, but if you go I feel you, it's at soul level, because the soul feels.
Yeah, it does. 100%.
The soul is energy that feels. So I think it's very, very important what you're doing.
Beautiful,
I see you, I feel you, I hear you, and I'm listening. So the C12, it says the message starts in the heart.
It does.
So what do you think of these colors as colors to potentially use on your book cover? What stands out for you?
The interesting thing is the purples I used in my previous businesses. There's always been purple. And my website has transitioned over to a lot of these colors right now, and grays as well. And it just seems, and it's funny because sometimes these come in, but this has been the main focus that's been showing up for us and the person who's creating it for me, and it feels right, so it makes sense.
Well, your birthday is you told me
July 8th.
Because she just turned 50. She had a big birthday party, and you turned 50, and your birthday is on the 8th of July. And the 8th, Carolyn, if you look at that second shelf, the end one, just pull that one down. The 8th bottle in the color mirror system, if you look at analysis, is purple. It's violet. So you were born on a violet day. So violet is an important energy for you. So I think the reason you brought violet into your branding and into logos is because it's natural for you.
It is.
You have this connection. Violet is the color of service to humanity. It's the color of people who come here to do things for humanity that helps them, supports them in some way, and changes something fundamental. So, yeah, to me, the blue lilac with Gabriel, I think, is important because you've got a lot of masculine strength in that, but it's softened by the violet of service. So I like those colors on your site. Books. Okay, so what we do is, I know my cover's a little full here, but let's just say that this is your book over here. So just pretend it's blank, and then hold those two bottles over that, and just look through the filter of it, and just feel, are those the colors you'd want on your book cover? So just hold them up and look.
Yes.
Just look at the colors.
I don't even have to.
Yeah,
my guardians already told me.
Oh,
They're like, like my whole neck just went like this. So, I am very intuitive, and I do work on energy and what it is to say it and do to people. And they're like, So, those
She's got it. She's got a book.
Those were the colors. And you know what? I have a funny feeling that this is going to be on the inside of the book.
Yes.
That's where the next feeling went, that there's going to be colors like that'll be on the inside of the book in some way or form.
That's amazing.
Because I'm not just about words. I like pictures. I like stories. I like quotes. I like all that kind of stuff to really give value to people, because everybody learns differently. So I want to make sure that no matter who picks up the book, they can take at least one nugget away that will help them move forward in wherever it is they want to go.
And you also, I want to thank you so much, and I'm hoping this is useful. I'm hoping this has been useful for you guys. So 2 more things to do. We want to announce a audience prize for all of you who've watched the show and supported us. You have the potential to actually win a fabulous prize. So you make the announcement, Carolyn. What is our prize?
Well, actually, it's something for everybody. So there's a few different things that we're going to offer you today. And you can go to my website and do this, and I'll tell you what that is in a moment. But what I do when I speak anywhere or do anything is I offer people a complimentary 30-minute discovery session with me. So there's no commitment to it, no cost to you, but it gives us a chance to talk, to see where you're at. I give you recommendations and suggestions in that. And if you're interested at the end of it and it's a good fit for both of us, I then offer you some options in which to work with me depending on what your needs are, where you're at in business, and what will really make most sense for you. Mm-hmm. So that we're offering you right away, and that's on my website at www.carolyndickinson.com.
Jackie Tweedy, get on to it.
Happy to help you. The other thing we're going to offer is we created a masterclass.
Yeah.
It's short and sweet, but gives you some insight to what it is I do. And also to some ways to, there's some great nuggets in there to move you forward if that's all you choose to do. But if you're looking to dig deeper, there's other things available to you. So we're going to give you 50% off of that.
Wow.
And the regular price is $197.
Oh, that's wonderful. My goodness. That's very generous.
So the code that you're going to use is MAG.
Oh, for Magenta.
50.
Oh, your 50th birthday.
Right? And honestly, this wasn't done on purpose. This was created 3 months ago. So that's kind of funny.
That's kind of funny.
You know, everything happens for a reason, right? So again, it's MAG50 is your code for this group only, and you'll get 50% off of that.
Oh, that's amazing. Please take up that offer. That's just wonderful.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, the second part that's coming out, if you want to get on our email, you can go online, and we have a scheduler that you can, it actually teaches you how to create a weekly at a glance schedule. It's your success map, and that's free. So you can download that. You'll get on our email database. And the reason you want to do that is because in the next 2 weeks, I'm launching the full course online program, Big Vision, Bigger Success.
Big Vision, Bigger Success.
And so we're going to launch that, and there's going to be a deal when it first launches. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, you can just download the success map or any of these things, and
you'll be in on the mailing list.
You'll be in on the mailing list, and you'll get the information, because I think I may only do it to the mailing list, or if I do put it online, it's going to be online for like a week, and that's it.
Yeah.
But the guys that get the email from me will have access to it longer.
There you go, guys. You have an opportunity, my darlings, to get involved, learn, and gain from the wisdom, free and at a huge discount, from our guest Carolyn Dickinson. I think it's just awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great. Right, let's give our audience. Michael's asking me to look at something. Tweety says, I'm in it. I'm on it. Okay, she's on it. Fabulous. Well done. Taking action. I love it. So those of you who pick card number 1 this week, you have got Michael's pick of the week. Platinum Angel Oneness. Okay, there we go. So platinum is a color that reminds you that you have unique gifts. That is, and funny how we were talking about these children that are so unique, and Michael's picked this, but this is about remembering that you have unique gifts. So if this week you feel as if you don't make a difference, as if you're not valued, as if you're overlooked, and feeling like, oh, well, you know, there's nothing really that special about myself, you've got to take a deep breath and remember that you just being here on this planet is an incredible gift to humanity, to your family, to your community. And to remember that you are beautiful and perfect and unique as you are. All right. So those of you, number 1, don't go down the dark tunnel of, oh, not good enough. It's rubbish. You're perfect. You're unique, and you're very, very special.
Can I share something?
Yeah.
So just so you know, it really doesn't matter who you are, what kind of business you have, how much money you make. We all have moments like that. I have moments like that. Yes. Okay, where I'm just thinking, why am I doing this? What is happening? You know what? I should just give it all up. I'm done. And then I'll get a call or a text from somebody, and I'm like, oh, that's why I'm doing it.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't matter who you are. It is going to happen. So here's what I recommend to anyone who has those moments. Go do something. One thing. To move something that you've been working on forward. it shifts, it changes everything.
It gives you that sense of accomplishment
one
too.
Thing. I don't care if it's a 5-minute thing, an hour thing, whatever it is. Do one thing that either moves your business, your life, something you're supposed to do that you've been avoiding. Do one thing to move it forward. It will completely shift how you're feeling.
I love it. Oh, isn't that wonderful advice? Oh, number ones, you're going to have one heck of a week.
It's always amazing. There's always a silver lining.
Those of you who picked number 2, you have got...
My pick.
Indigo intuition.
All right, there we go. So this has been so matched up. It's incredible how it works, eh?
Yeah. Trust your intuition this week.
You must,
yeah. It's a week where you're going to have an opportunity. Something will come up that's going to say, try this. A little whisper in the ear. A friend is going to say something. You're going to read something and you're going to, oh, that's interesting. Don't just go, that's interesting. Take action on it. All right. Yep. It's like Jackie Tweedy, who's now just signed up. She said she's done it. Right. She's taken action on it.
Yay, good for you. I love action takers. So you might have something extra when I talk to you.
Trust the intuition. Right. Here we go. Number 3, you've got my pick of the week. Platinum Om, the sound of creation. Okay.
Amazing.
So picks. Another platinum, and of course this is all on really a strong single ray of color. The 3 colors that we have here. So Platinum Om, sound of creation. This is about your. I want to say the way you communicate. So for those of you who picked number 3 with me, is I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be watching. Just so you know, number 3 is I'm going to be watching back the recording of my talk, and I got a standing ovation for it this weekend, and it was very super successful. But I know what I'm like. I'm going to watch the video back and go, how many ums did I have, and did I speak clearly? And I know I'm going to critique. And honestly, and this is a message to myself as well as to anybody who's number 3s this week, is maybe don't do that. Maybe just go, what I've said in the past or how I'm saying it this week or the communication I'm having, that it is meant to be exactly as it is. It's a perfect communication.
It is.
And even if you doubt what you've said, what happens is the person who hears it was meant to hear it that way.
Exactly.
Because it actually doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
Because what you say, other people, you can have 10 people here, you say the same thing, and they'll give you 10 different feedbacks to what you just said. So don't be such a hard critic on yourself.
It's about your content too. Yeah. If people are taking nuggets from your content, that's all they're focused on.
Yeah.
Right? You got the detailed oriented people, they're going to focus on your ums, but then they're going to miss out on the nuggets anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. Gold nuggets, platinum nuggets.
Platinum nuggets, there you go. And that's the most important thing, because and I'm like that too, I critique myself. But it's, if you look at it as a critique of how do I improve myself, it's different.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. So we always want to look how to improve ourselves. But at the same time too, it's funny because the majority of people that you're talking to aren't going to hear everything you say.
Yeah.
They really are going to miss it. I've listened to people, I have a friend of mine who's done a talk, and I've listened to it 5 times, and each time I take something different away that I didn't hear before, because maybe I wasn't ready to hear it.
Yeah. It's those filters that we block that, and so we have to navigate around them to hear things. And different times you hear different things.
But if you got a standing ovation, you obviously said something very valuable that people took away and felt, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. So all the other stuff really doesn't matter. And that's the same for you guys.
I actually spoke about gold, so talk about gold nuggets.
I do that a lot too, right? What are those nuggets that we get?
What are those nuggets?
The value, your value.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
This has been an amazing show.
I love doing this stuff. It's incredible. These conversations, and I love it too, the way you've said it to me. We're having a conversation, everybody else is listening in, because I think those are the most powerful.
They are the most powerful. And if you agree and you've enjoyed the show, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Would you kindly share, and please, if you have joined late or you've missed the amazing opportunity, please watch the replay, because Carolyn Dickinson has offered not just one but several prizes and gifts to the audience watching, and I want to thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
My pleasure. Well, we're here about helping people, right? Yeah. We're here about watching people achieve and have the success they truly want, and that's what I'm all about.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Michael and Shannon. Thank you, audience, and I'll see you next week.